I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Squid Games. I am your host, Shannon Sharp, and today we have a short episode, dude. I wore a lot of orange today because I was feeling it, brother. The episode title will be Orange Spice, I think, because that is the tea I'm drinking today. I've been off of caffeine, so I've been drinking all the caffeine-free tea that I've just accumulated over the years. Because if you buy tea, you just get variety packs sometimes, and then you accumulate ones that you don't drink, and they're caffeine-free, and they're just sitting in the cabinet. So I've been drinking those instead of coffee. Stopped drinking coffee to help my Raynaud's, but really, I think I just smashed my finger to death. I think the tip of it's broken. Who knows? Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
But the man is a midget.
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
I don't give a fuck.
So don't forget to do all that stuff. Really, honestly, just like and subscribe. All the other stuff, comment, share, I don't care. But the algorithms for the platforms that I use benefit from liking and sharing. So, liking and subscribing. So do that, have fun with it, and be your best self. Let's see. Worked out today, super sore. Worked out yesterday, super sore, dude. I took a couple weeks off, and I'm hurting, and it hurts, and it's fine. I'm fine. Well, my hands are cold right now. Did an outdoor run yesterday, and the whole park was mushy because the snow melted. But I needed to run so bad. Let's see. What other house cleaning stuff? I think that's all. I'll think of it before I end it. This might not even be 30 minutes. So, let's see, dude. Where do I want to start? Speaking of cold hands, dude. One thing that really bothers me is people who are just never cold. Because, I know you're lying. Why are you lying? I know you're cold. People, when it's 34 degrees outside, and they're like, dude, it's not even that fucking cold. It's not even that cold. My family's from the winter of Siberia, and it's not even that cold, dude. I don't understand why you're so fucking cold. And hey, dude, real quick.
Who even are you?
Get out of my face, bro. It's cold. God damn it. My chair was hitting the fucking door. But yeah, dude, I hate those guys. Get a hobby. Get something where you can get some validation instead of going around trying to impress people by how not cold you are. Trying to impress people by wearing shorts in 33-degree weather. We don't care that you have shorts on and a short sleeve. Good for you, dude. And you wear flip-flops deep into fall time. Good for you, man. Good for you. Buy a PlayStation. How about that? It doesn't even have to be a real hobby. Buy a PlayStation. Buy an Xbox. Get Call of Duty. Win games. There you go. Get validation from that. Don't walk around pretending that it's not cold when it's cold. Stop trying to gaslight the world into thinking you're tough, bitch. Also, stop acting like spicy food isn't spicy. Because these guys are the same guys. The guys who aren't cold and the guys who nothing spicy. Nothing spicy, bitch. There's nothing spicy to you. Shut up, dude. You're going to shit fire later and your mouth is hot and you want to drink a water, and that's fine. It's okay to eat something hot and go, woo, and then drink water. That's fine, dude. Stop acting like you don't want to do that. I'm not going to be impressed. I'm not going to be impressed by you. No one is. No one is. No one is. Maybe in 8th grade once, people were impressed. But now, mid to late 20s into our 30s, that's the group of people I'm around. Mostly, kind of. But fucking really? Come on, dude. Get a hobby, bro. Go snowboard once. Play a pickup game of basketball once. Do good in any other thing so you can just let the spicy shit go. Or let the I'm not cold shit go. Win at one other thing once in your life. Once in your life. I don't care. It could be a Fortnite game. I don't give a fuck, dude. But cut it out. It's cold. It is cold, dude. You fucking idiot. You're going to get sick also, by the way. You're going to get sick and die. Honestly, maybe. Nah, I won't say that. Anyways, those guys annoy me, if you couldn't tell. And it's fine. Am I clipping? What is that noise? Yo. Hey. I don't know what that is. My headphones have like a weird... At the end of sentences, it is like a... Not quite a click, but a click. It could just be my mouth. It could just be the noises my mouth makes. And that's fine, but if I'm unaware of the noises my mouth makes, then maybe my mic is too loud. Maybe my mic isn't loud enough to clip, but if it's loud enough to make noises... if it's loud enough for my mouth to make noises that I don't even recognize as noises that my mouth makes, then my headphones are too loud. And that's a fact. And if you start a podcast, do know that. Just know that. Also, I'm very hungry. Haven't eaten yet today. I had protein powder shake. I went to the gym. It was cold in there. Also, the YMCA keeps putting more and more stuff into the room I like to work out in. And the thing about it is this. Stop. I would like it if you stopped. Because, it's not storage. It's the training room. Is it the storage room? No. It's the training room. So how about stop using it as storage? They put a squat rack in there, but there's no bar. So clearly, and they put some dumbbells like in between the two legs, so it looks like there's a reason for it to be there, but really, clearly, they just had an extra squat rack. And they made it look like it was for a reason, but it's not for a reason. They also had this other little thing that they put in a corner that is, it's a triangle with pegs on it. And clearly, it is to store the smaller weight plates, like the 5-pound plate, the 2.5-pound plate, 10-pound plates, like the small plates. Clearly, obviously, it's for that. But there's not a single plate on it. There's not a single plate in the room. And they even put dumbbells. There's not a single circle weight in the room that you would put on a bar to lift. But they put dumbbells behind it because there are dumbbells in the training room. They put dumbbells behind it to keep it at a certain angle in the corner so that it looks like it is of use. But it is not of use at all. So real quick, YMCA, I know you're watching this. Cut it out. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, guess what? Please stop. So that's how I feel about that, and I wanted to get that off my chest real quick. Another thing that I've been thinking about. So I I put a clip up of me talking shit about how Sabrina Carpenter is an industry plant. And I don't actually think she's an industry plant, but I do think like her music does sound like a lot of other pop music. And I put that on TikTok and people took it personal. People acted like I was talking about their grandmother or their newborn baby. People took it very to heart. And that is funny to me. And I don't know why. And I got some aggressive comments and I just liked them all and agreed. I just liked them all and I agreed with whatever they were saying.
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
And they didn't respond back. But I like to think it really took the wind out of their sails, because they commented with the energy of, "Oh, I'm prepared to argue with this person about this." And then I just liked it and agreed. But people took it really personal. And I guess pop music really means a lot to people. I guess. I don't know what it is. I asked ChatGPT about why there's no composers now that make music like Beethoven and Mozart made. And ChatGPT told me that, which this I did not know, that music in the time of Beethoven and Mozart was a pretty elitist thing to consume. So the majority of music was live, and to, go to a live show and listen to it, you had to be of money. And there were so few people making music at that time. Music was not as readily available. And the composers of that time, those times, were trained as a child. If you showed promise as a young child, a kid, then they would take you and you would just train vigorously for your whole life. And by the time you were 21, you were a just virtuoso musical theory genius with all the capability in your hands and your muscle memory in your brain. You were just an unstoppable playing and composing and teaching machine. And you would play in front of an audience all the time. And the richest people would go see you play. And that's what music was in those times. And now we don't think of it like that because we can just listen to Beethoven or Mozart on wherever, YouTube if we want. And, we also have Spotify and Apple Music. So we just don't think of it like that. And now music has to be much more easier to consume because there's so much more music. And the majority of people aren't trying to sit and actively listen to something very complex and in-depth, or even a little complex or in-depth. They just want something that is easy to consume and they can consume quickly. It's very attainable for them, and it's just very, very, very in reach. That's what the average person is looking for with their music. Something essentially they can sing the chorus to in their car on the way to work. That's what they want. That's what they go to the shows for as well. That's what they go to the concert for. For the 3 or 4 songs that they know and love and that they can sing along with. Because also the thing is, especially with Spotify, is people don't listen to albums anymore. People don't sit with an album and listen to it front to back. That's just a lost. It's gone. It's gone. And I guess it's coming back because the popularity of vinyl is the highest it's probably been in years. But people just don't listen to albums. Which is fine, I guess. I mean, people do what they want. I like listening to albums, so I don't care. As long as I can listen to my albums, I don't really care. But that's been the evolution of music over time, is music has become so readily available and so abundant, and we can listen to it so easily that the some people's competitive strategy is making their music as edible as possible. That was a nasty word to use. Making their music as not attainable. Making their music as what's the word that I should use for that? As relatable? No. As reachable? I guess. That's what I'm going to go with. Making their music as reachable as possible. That is the competitive strategy that a lot of people use. In some artists, the strategy they use is being as true to themselves as possible. And that tends to be artists that I lean into in certain genres. R&B, love. Alternative, love. Hip-hop, love. Guitar shred music, love. Jazz, funk, jazz funk fusion, love. Shout out FKJ, even though he's not funk, but he's jazz. Yeah, that is the competitive strategy of some artists, and the trade-off to that is not being as huge. Just not being as huge. And to be fair, I don't think pop artists, I don't think that they are not talented. That's a double negative. That's not how you say that. I don't think what the fuck? I think they are talented. There you go. That's how you say it, baby boy.
I don't give a fuck.
I think they are very talented. I just don't like how they use their talent. So, I don't know. I think the discussion of pop music is one that could go on forever. So, if you want to come on, if you know pop music and you also know genres that are not pop and you want to come on and talk about it, hit me up. Also, if you want to come on and talk about The Last of Us, hit me up. And honestly, I asked ChatGPT a lot of questions about the evolution of music. And that is essentially what happened. That's the most basic breakdown, is the more available music became, the more pop became abundant. It just happened naturally. So, I don't know. That's pretty cool. I wanted to talk about the people who took it very personal, and I also wanted to go more in depth of, what I think about pop music, because I talk a lot of shit on it. I talk a lot of mad, crazy shit about pop music, but also, when it comes down to it, I have a more in-depth opinion than just shitting on it. So, yeah, that's it about that. Also, let's see. I'm gonna wrap up on this, I think. For sure. New guitars. Also, if you want to talk guitars, come on here. Maybe I should ask Kyle Kitzsteber. I want to get a new guitar. Maybe. I love my guitar. My sweet, beautiful angel baby. And I love it a lot. I've had it for a long time. I've put a lot of money into it. I've upgraded every single component on it. Except the neck and the body. But everything in the body and everything on the neck. But anyways, I'm so hungry. What's I saying? I want a new guitar. I was at Guitar Center and I was playing their new Player 2 series Stratocasters. And let me say this, they don't fucking feel good, dude. They don't feel good. And maybe because I've upgraded mine so much and I've played mine so much, mine feels premium. And I'm accustomed to that. Mine is also set up. Those brand new guitars on the wall at Guitar Center are not set up. And if you don't know what a setup is, essentially, you take a guitar and you either do it yourself or you pay a guitar tech. I recommend you pay a guitar tech. Unless, working on guitars is your hobby. But I recommend you pay a guitar tech. They take it, they lower the strings. It's called the action of the guitar. They make the distance between the string and the fretboard smaller so that it's easier to press a note down. They do that. They work on the what's the word? Oh, what's the word? Intonation. They get your intonation right. And that helps with tuning stability. There's a few things they do. They mess around with the bridge and they just get it to play. They get that particular guitar to play as smoothly as possible. As nice as possible. They put new strings on it because you have to take the old strings off to set it up. They put new strings on it. They do all this stuff. They get the guitar to play nice. And my guitar has been set up. And I love the setup. And I put brand new strings on it when it needs it. Sometimes I wait too long, but there's fresh strings on it right now. I keep my guitar nice. My guitar is nice. That's the overall point that I'm making. And these brand new Fenders I was playing at Guitar Center just didn't feel nice. They didn't feel nice. Especially the tuners. I don't know if this is cutting out of angle. These felt very just like they were gonna break. I think my finger's broken. They felt flimsy and thin. The neck didn't feel as good. The frets where they poke out of the neck felt sharp. They just didn't fucking feel good. And the Guitar Center I was at didn't have a lot of like nice guitars. Because I want a Charvel. I'm pretty sure I've said this. I want a Charvel DK24. Is that what it's called? DK Mod 24 something. I don't know. I want one of those. Charvel, they're actually owned by Fender. And they make a lot of their stuff in Mexico. Oh, those brand new Fenders aren't even made in Mexico. They're made in some other country. It seemed like an Asian country, but definitely not Mexico. The top of the line Fenders are made in America. And it used to be their lower tier was made in Mexico. Now I don't even see that they're being made in Mexico. So who knows? But Charvel makes their guitars in Mexico. And I would like to get one. They just make super strats. And that's what I want, a super strat. But also, I want an Ibanez. I think I talked about this last week. I want an Ibanez. So, I don't know. I'm not going to... Because I think I did talk about this, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much. Also, I want a subwoofer for my car. I got new car speakers for Christmas, and it was such an upgrade. Like, I just forgot that your car audio can be some of the best audio that you listen to. I just forgot that in the time that I've owned my new car. And just remembering that it can be exquisite makes me want to go the next level and get a subwoofer and just have an all-around fucking awesome car system. Because I listen to so much music in the car that I would love to just fully upgrade it. But it's like fucking $700, $800, $900. So I don't know. Also on Amazon, I saw that Klipsch, they are a speaker company. Klipsch, the Klipsch store. Wow, I'm killing that. Klipsch. That's exactly how it's spelled. Klipsch. Their Amazon store has a package where you can get their, it's like a 4-inch, it's a speaker with a 4-inch cone. The R41PM, there it is. And then also a 10-inch subwoofer. You can get that whole thing for like $355. And normally just the bookshelf speakers are $400. So I don't know. I might just save a little bit month by month. I might do $50 a paycheck. That's $100 a month. And if they still have it by the time I have $500, then I'm going to just take that as a sign to fucking buy those speakers. Because I also love listening to vinyl. It's another way. Vinyl is the least compressed way to listen to recorded music. On Spotify and Apple Music, they compress the music to fit it into a megabyte, a few megabytes, whatever the fuck storage file is. And a vinyl record is the least compressed version of listening to audio. So your ears take it in more easily. But also, if your equipment is nice enough, then you hear the elements of the music separated in a really wonderful way. It's like you're listening to the band. It's like you're in the room listening to the band. If your needle or your stylus on your record player is, decent, your speakers are decent, and ideally you want a record player that has the preamp separate. Mine is a really decent turntable, but the preamp is built into the turntable. And I'm using it right now. Just because when I bought this setup is just very expensive. It's very expensive to get all that stuff. And my turntable has the option to bypass the preamp if you buy an external preamp. I just have not done that yet. But the point I'm getting at is the more separate all your components are, the higher quality, the higher fidelity your audio is. And like I said, it separates the elements of the music and it sounds like you're in the room with the artist or the band. And it's a really nice listening experience. I just have not upgraded all my components like that. My plan is, I got my turntable. I got a stylus for Christmas. Shout out to the 2M Red. The what's the fuck? What is that brand? Doesn't matter. The next thing will be speakers. And I want to get powered speakers that have the option to bypass the amp that are built into the speakers, so that I can use them while I need them, and then by the time I get an amp, I can bypass. So yeah, speakers, maybe a subwoofer with it, if by the time I have money for speakers, they still have that deal on Amazon. Because a subwoofer too, if you can send some people think it's weird to have a subwoofer with with your record player, because they like the real static, real low quality sound of a record player. For some people, that's why they get into vinyl, is for the just lower quality. But I like vinyl because it's potentially the highest quality. So a subwoofer, if you can send all your bass frequencies to the subwoofer, first of all, the bass just sounds better. It's punchier, it's deeper, and it's fucking awesome. But also, your speakers, mine being bookshelf speakers, can focus on the higher mids and the highs. So, and again, it just separates those elements of the music even more, and it's just not such a nice listening experience. But anyways, I want to get speakers with a built-in amp, and then eventually down the road get a preamp so that I can bypass the preamp in the turntable and then get an amp and bypass the amp that are in the speakers. Because really, a record player is a turntable, a preamp, an amp, and speakers. That's all it is. There's small components. There's a needle on your turntable. There's speaker cables, and there's RCA cables. There's other stuff. But essentially, whoa, my voice cracked. Wow, I'm 31. Essentially, that's...
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
Essentially, that is...
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I did that myself. That was perfect.
I don't give a fuck.
That's all it is. I did it perfect. Look up Element by Kendrick Lamar, and what I did was perfect. Let me try it again.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I went too fast.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck, I missed the button.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Nope. It wasn't perfect. The first time was perfect. Anyways, those are the four components of a record player. And you could spend 20 grand on a record player. I don't think you need to do that. I think if you have money, I'm thinking real hard. I spent probably $400 for my turntable and my speakers. Both were very entry level, but my goal is just the highest fidelity audio. And I think if you spent 3 times as much, you could get a really high fidelity setup going. But you could also spend a little less than I spent. There's some cheaper turntables out there. Audio Technica, they got turntables at Walmart. They don't have speakers with them, but they got some good turntables if you're trying to get in the fucking vinyl. But yeah, that's it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Just do that. If you want to share, if you want to comment, cool. But just a like will be cool. And that's it, guys. Thank you for being here. If you've been here, I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. I'm going to keep this going just for you. If you're new here, welcome. It's a good time. I have guests sometimes. It's mostly solo. And sometimes I'm in a bad mood, but usually not. So welcome. And that's it. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Bye.
Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time! I didn't think so. 今日はこれまでにしましょう。